congratulations on 100 conversations with colleagues.
Conversations with Colleagues is a very unique and awesome way for CAC to connect.
It's a safe space for people to gather and just express what they're feeling.
What you have to say really means something.
It reminds me that, we are an academic institution and
everyone is a contributor, but I think it's the best thing that has happened to Central Arizona College.
It's been an instrument of communication and education.
This is the first institution, and I've worked at quite a few, where the opportunity exists for a range of issues to be discussed.
And I think that's helped a lot of not only myself, but a lot of staff members look at other points of view.
When we started kind of in the middle of the pandemic, it was a way for me to get to know employees and coworkers during a time where I hadn't even been on campus yet.
And it does kind of bring our colleagues together.
I think it's been used a lot really well for not just college things, but worldwide things, different things that are going on.
I think that the sessions allow us to think more critically about issues, and importantly, from an informed position.
I've learned a lot about the school through conversations with colleagues, of how our college functions in terms of financial aid and all of the other kinds of things that have been a part of the conversations that we've had over the last 3 years.
Well, I was a part of a conversation with colleagues about my shared governance task force that I'm a member of. So we use that as a platform to share progress for what our group has been doing.
So I'm a huge Spooky fan, so when Heather and Sue did their Walking with the Graveyard book situation, that was really fun. But I'm also a big foodie, so when we had the conversation about different recipes that the CAC community had to offer, that one was really fun too.
One conversation with colleagues that stuck with me was the Hispanic Heritage Month celebration. We had a panel of guests, and those guests just shared with us what it meant to them to be able to celebrate this holiday.
There was a topic recently that I was involved in with regards to the LGBT community, and it kind of being a member of the LGBT community allowed me the opportunity as staff to kind of help educate others.
It's very nice to talk about real topics that are going on, and it's very educating to me.
There's a lot of issues that affect students and affect employees, and some of those issues are political and a lot larger than this college, and some of those issues exist within CAC itself.
One of the most riveting, I think, presentations had to do with student insecurities. I did not know that significant numbers of our students actually have those insecurities, whether they be housing, clothing, food, mental health, healthcare. And neither was I aware that we had numbers of students who have gone more than 3 days without eating. I was just absolutely stunned by that. And I think that presentation that day was the most riveting for me, and was one of the presentations that sort of changed my focus in terms of what I wanted to do here at Central Arizona College.
I think Conversations with Colleagues has benefited our community and allowed us to stay close in times where communication was more difficult.
It has allowed us to bring up topics that we probably never would have brought up amongst us as professionals, because there's not a meeting place for us. And I felt like CWC offered us a meeting place.
It's something that I really enjoy and appreciate having for our institution.
It's had an improbable run. We did not think that once we started it some 3 years ago after the George Floyd incident, that we would be running for 3 years long. But Conversation with Colleagues is successful because it has been supported by the institution. Kudos to all of my colleagues who have supported Conversation with Colleagues across the years. Thankful to the administration who also supported Conversation with Colleagues over the last 3 years. It has become one of the most trusted, one of the most viable, one of the most respected vehicles for dynamic interpersonal communications and conversations that we have here at the college. And I'm very grateful to our advisory team and to all the people at Central Arizona College that made Conversation with Colleagues possible and made it possible that we will now celebrate 100 conversations.